What's good? In this video we are going to melt some humans. I got a basic default file that I created myself here, but we don't need all that stuff, so I'm going to delete it. I'm hitting A to select everything and X to delete it. And we can start with ground plane. So I'm pressing Shift and A and create a new plane. We can hit S and scale it up a bit. This will be our ground, so I'm giving it a name so we can find it later more easily. Next thing we want to do is add a cube. Scale it up a bit and we place it roughly on the ground of the plane. Somewhere like this, and we call it domain. So because we are using a fluid simulation, we are going to need a domain. This is where the fluid simulation is happening and where the mesh will be from this simulation. And we need a ground plane so the fluid simulation can interact with it and stop where the ground is. And next thing we need is, because we want to melt a human, we need a human model. So first off, I'm going to disable the domain so we don't see it for now, and I'm using the human generator plugin to create a new human mesh. Generate new human, and let's give him a quick pose, kind of a default pose, so we get something we can work with. I'm gonna choose something like this maybe. Okay, next we need to delete everything that is generated by the human generator. We only need the mesh from the body. So I'm going to right click on it and convert it to a mesh. And now we need to unparent the mesh so we get rid of all that stuff that we don't need. We only need the HD body mesh that is selected right now. So I'm right clicking on it, go over to parent, and on the bottom is clear parent, so we get rid of the whole structure. So we can delete the rest from the human generator, and let's place our body in our object folder so everything is like a little bit easier to find later. Okay, this one we are calling flow, and this will be the object that gets liquefied. We can enable the domain again, and let's make this box a little bit smaller so it's easier for our PC to handle it. It should be roughly the size the flow mesh is, our human generator mesh. So let's use this for now. We can change this later on if this doesn't work the way we want it to be. Now we head over to the physics tab, and we're gonna enable the fluid here and use as type domain. This is where all the simulation is happening. The flow, so our human generator body, we also enable fluid and use the flow. And for the ground, we also enable the fluid simulation and use the effector. Okay, now we go back to our model and let's change some stuff here. So we don't want it to be smoke, we want to liquefy this human and use the liquid flow type, and geometry is exactly what we need for this. If we press spacebar now to start the simulation, nothing happens. That's because we need to tell the domain that it's liquid. So we select the domain and also give it a domain type liquid. And now we can see something is happening. If we press spacebar now, you can see we got a fluid simulation. We can disable the flow for now so we don't see the original mesh. And let's change some things. So if you want to change the simulation, you need to change this in the domain. So the resolution can be upped a bit. Let's make it 100. And now we got the shape back again. Not 100%, but it's something like a human. So if I'm hitting spacebar again, you can see our human is melting beautifully. There's not much detail in the face, but that's okay for now. You can get the detail back by increasing this number here. But this is pretty heavy, maybe on your device. So yeah, you can see now if I press spacebar, it takes a lot longer. So I'm going to turn it back down to 100 for now. But I think 200 will be the number I will use for the final melting human. So let's say we want to bake to, let's say frame 40 is maybe enough. We can also make the timeline shorter and ending it at 40 frames here too. Yeah, so I'm going to use 200 for the resolution and let it run a bit so we can convert it to a mesh and yeah, use it for our render. This took quite a bit, but the human is now properly melting. That looks kind of cool. Okay, let's save this one and let's use one frame we like. So maybe something like this. So right click on it and convert to a mesh. So this is probably a pretty dense mesh. Okay, that's fine. So I'm using Blender Octane for quite a bit now, and I want to use this mesh in Octane and give it a material and see what we can do with this. Okay, so now I imported our melting human in Blender Octane, and let's see what we can do with this. So I already set up a camera. We can enable the autofocus. Also got a material on it. Let's look at this. So this is the material I created for our melting human. So this is basically a universal material with roughness to 0.4. The rest is not changed at all. And I feed in a gradient map into the albedo and a noise texture before it and a 3D transform, so I can yeah, basically change where the noise texture is, how big it is, and yeah. So let's lock the camera to view, find a cool spot we can use. And yeah, this is basically my favorite part. So if I got a mesh that's ready and the material is set up, and now find a good angle with the camera. So I'm gonna play around with this for now. Let's get back to the view. Yeah, also maybe want to add a ground plane. So I'm adding a plane, scale it up. Or maybe not. I think the gray background looks pretty clean. Yeah, as you can see, we got this sharp edge here. That's because our domain or the fluid simulation was hitting the wall of our domain, and this is where we get this sharp edge. So we could basically make the domain box a little bit bigger, so we could get rid of this. If I wanted to use this piece, I would probably go into the sculpting tab and yeah, make it a little bit smoother. So I would do this by pressing Shift and yeah, basically smooth the mesh a bit where it makes sense. What you could also do is remesh this whole thing. So I'm going to the data tab, and there's a remesh. You can voxel remesh this. I would probably go with 0.01 and hit voxel remesh. And now, yeah, we could slap a subdivision surface on it. If it works, yes. Yeah, so we get a smoother mesh. Yeah, basically that's it. We can play around with the colors and find a good angle for our melting human. So yeah, I really like the top view on this piece here. What I also did is disabled the autofocus and dialed in the focus distance where I think this makes sense. Something like this maybe. Let's see what the aperture does. Yeah, maybe something like 15 or so would be nice. Yeah, for the scene I got a really basic setup. For the world settings I got a texture environment plugged into the visible environment and enabled backplate here. A gradient map just with a simple gray to white background. And yeah, a gradient generator before that and a transform node. And yeah, the box projection into the projection. 3 light sources here, a blue light, a green light and kind of red-pink light here. And if I enable all of these, it looks something like this. And the material for this one, yeah, I already showed you. We can play around with the colors maybe a bit. And yeah, I think in Octane the colors look really, really good. So these are my settings for Octane. I usually try to increase the saturation because the colors look so great in Octane. And I think we're gonna use this one here as our thumbnail. And yeah, if you want to get fancy with it, go over to the sculpting tab, press G, so you got the grab brush, and you can just add some drips on it. So we are looking at it from the top, so maybe it makes sense to let the hand drip a bit. So yeah, that's it for the tutorial. I hope you like this one. Just a quick and easy one. Maybe gives you some inspiration to just start something new and melt some humans.